Welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to do a quick how-to video on changing the oil on a Yamaha 115 4-stroke outboard motor. It's pretty simple to do. You don't need very many tools. You can buy the oil change kit off of Amazon for a reasonably price. It comes with 4 quarts of oil, a filter, and all you really need is a 14mm socket. An oil filter wrench is really all you need. Stay tuned to the video and we'll show you how it's done. Thanks. Just remember, any project, you got to have the dog. Number one hand right there. He's always around, most of the time in the way, but you got to have your dog helping you. Alright, here's the Yamaha 115 4-stroke motor. The first thing you want to do is take the cowling off, and where you can get all the parts inside there. So I'm going to put you down a minute and take the cowling off here. Once you have the cowling off the motor, you can see all the parts inside. Basically, the part we're interested in is right here. Is going to be the oil filter, and we're going to be changing that. And to drain the oil, it's around the back of the motor right here, where the little rubber deal above the prop and everything goes inside there. That's a 14mm socket. You want to keep the motor tilted up until you get that plug out where the oil drain is. That way the oils don't start coming out on you. So I'm going to set you up here and start doing this and let you observe. Thanks. I have this piece right here that I bought the first time I changed the oil on my boat. And what it does is, after you take the drain plug out, you screw this in where the drain plug was. And then there's a hose that attaches to this end here. And then you can direct it down to your drain pan and it won't run all down the back of your motor. So we'll start that procedure right now. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and raise the motor all the way up. That way I don't have any oil running out while I'm doing this. But you just take the 14mm socket. Get your camera with it, but take the 14mm socket. Loosen the drain plug. Just remove the drain plug all the way out. And you shouldn't have any oil coming out at this point because the motor's tilted up. But I did. Had a little bit. But there's the drain plug that come out of the motor. Alright, pardon me folks, I had to put the camera down for a minute to get my hand in there where I could get the adapter started. But you put the adapter in there, put the hose on the end of it, and then you lower your motor and direct it down into your oil receptacle down here. So we're going to do that now. Now the oil's flowing out into our receptacle. I want to make sure the motor's down and level. And just let all the oil run out of it. My yard out here is not too level, so I have to pick the pan up a little bit where I don't spill any. I usually try to change the oil on my boat once a year. I know Yamaha has intervals that they say change the oil, but I change mine once a year just for peace of mind, to make sure, you know, that I have fresh oil in there all the time. So while you're draining oil, you can also start removing your filter, which is right there on the side of the motor, and that's pretty easy to remove. But I would tell you to put several rags under here, because the way this is designed, you're going to spill some oil, and when you take it off, there's going to be some oil come out, and I'm going to put some rags under there to try to prevent that from getting everywhere. I'm going to get my oil filter wrench and be right back. Okay, I got my filter wrench here on the end of the socket. I'm going to try to do this with one hand. You just go counterclockwise to loosen the filter. Once you get it loose, you can take your filter wrench off and then continue loosening it by hand, and it's going to make a little mess, so you try to get it off as quick as you can and let it drain into your drain pan there upside down. You know, take your rag at this time and clean up around the mating surfaces where the new oil filter will go. And now is also a good time to check your motor and make sure there hadn't any dirt daubers or any varmints nested up in there. If you store your boat over the winter, there's always a chance of a mouse or something getting inside your motor compartment there and building a nest. Now would be a good time to check, make sure that doesn't happen. We're going to prepare the new oil filter and get it put on. I just unpackaged the new oil filter. It comes with some, I don't know, it looks kind of like Vaseline or something. I'm sure it's some kind of grease around the O-ring, so you don't have to put any old oil on it before you install it. But you just basically screw it on, just like the other one came off. You just screw your new filter on there, just hand tight. You don't want to get crazy with it and mess something up. Alright, got the filter on there tight. At this time I always like to open my oil filter cap to make sure there's plenty of air in there, and then I'll lower the motor on down to make sure there's not any remaining oil in the crankcase of the motor. Kind of just let it tilt backwards a little bit. Alright, we got our oil filter installed. We got most of the oil drained out. We're going to put the plug back in, and then we're going to put oil back in it. These oil change kits come with a new metal washer for the drain plug. So always remember to make sure you get the old one off and then replace it with this new one. A lot of times the old one will stick to the motor and you won't know it's up there, and you back two of them together and it won't seal off. So at this time, just take and put the oil plug back in the motor, and then we'll be ready to fill up. So after you get the oil drained out, you get the filter changed and it back on tight. Then you get your oil drain plug put back in right there. Then it's time to refill the motor with oil. I have the cap off, and we're going to put 4 quarts of oil in it, and then we're going to check it. Alright, after you get your 4 quarts of oil pulled in it, this is the dipstick. Everything on the motor that has anything to do with oil is pretty much marked in yellow on this motor. You just check your dipstick. Make sure your oil level is acceptable, which it is. And you're done changing the oil in your motor. You just put the cowl back on it, clean up anything that you'd accidentally spilt on the motor, and you're done. You're ready to go for another year, in my case, or however many hours Yamaha recommends. So it's easy to do. Everything comes in the kit except the 14mm wrench, socket, and the oil filter wrench, but everything else comes in the kit that you can get off Amazon. So anyway, good luck with your home projects, and before you pay a mechanic to do that, just watch the video. It's that easy. Thanks. Have a great day. Thanks for watching the video today. Next time I hope we'll be back with some more fishing content, but please like and subscribe if you have not. If you like what we're doing on this channel, there's a lot more to come, so hit that like button and subscribe. Thank you.